purchased a 16-gallon, 6.5 horsepower shop vac. I also purchased a generic dust deputy from eBay, and it works pretty well. I have some things that I don't like about it, but it does work well, especially for my table saw and my planer. But it's not, the hose is not the most flexible, and the vacuum itself was $130 to $140, I think. And then the dust deputy, or I'm probably not using this proper brand, but we'll just say dust deputy, that I got from eBay, it actually it cost probably $40 more or something. So now I'm at the like $150, $160 range. Well, for a few dollars more, I probably could have got a Raycon dust collection system just for the same amount that I spent on that, which is what I may eventually get. But right now, it's not cost effective because I've already invested in that. And again, like I said, it does a great job on those two tools. But the hose is not like flexible enough to attach to my CNC machine. It's also not flexible enough to really connect to my belt sander or any of that. So I was looking for a more portable solution. So even if I want to hook it to like a hand sander or something like that, and I came up with, you know, hooking all these different smaller size hoses and all that, and that's all great. But I am so excited about this new way that I found to collect dust. I wanted to share it with you guys. So I went and I got used vacuum from the house from a friend of mine. Somebody at work actually gave it to me. I requested anybody that had broken vacuum cleaners to just contact me at work, and sure enough, a few people contacted me, and I ended up with a few vacuums. And I was able to cobble together and make a few of them work, and this is one of them that the vacuum piece worked, the bottom didn't, but that's perfectly fine with me because I didn't need that. So that vacuum right there is perfectly suited for several things. For one, it's not very noisy. It's got a lot of suction. It uses Cyclone technology, and it's perfect in a sense that it does. I don't need a wastegate to transfer tools. It's got a built-in basically wastegate, so I can use two different tools and not have to move the hose. Example, I have this dust shoe that I built for my CNC, and I have it hooked to one part of this vacuum, which would be the part that went originally to the head of the vacuum. And then I also have this wand right here that I have, that I can hook to either a sander, a palm sander, or I can walk this cable, this hose is long enough that I can actually hook it up to my table saw. I mean, not my table saw, but my portable, my bandsaw, or any other portable tools. I can take this right off the wall, it's hanging on a nail, and I can carry it over to another tool, and I can work with that tool. This thing is so quiet, especially compared to like this router. So if I want to hook this to my router table, it's going to be, the tool's way louder than the vacuum, and that's not the case with my 6.5 horsepower Craftsman shop vac. So I don't need really the hear protection just to use the sander, right? So that's one great thing. Another tip that I want to give you is that this hose, so it came with this hose, right? And each of the vacuums that I got came with a small section of this hose, their wand, right? And I can use this to suck up dirt all around my work area and clean up. And this thing holds about, I want to say it holds 3 quarts, which with my CNC that'll last for months probably before I have to empty that. Or a palm sander, it'll last like forever, months, right? So it's perfect for that. It costs $0. If you know somebody that has a broken vacuum, ask them if you can have it, and then just cannibalize the thing and turn it into a great shop vac or a great tool vacuum. It's perfect. It has this particular one has a HEPA filter in it and everything. So charcoal filtered, the whole works. Better than my shop vac, right? Better than the big shop dust collection system. Now I want to talk about the hose. Hoses are expensive for vacuum cleaners. I think I looked at 25 foot, maybe, wasn't even that long, maybe it was 20 foot, 18 foot of actual shop vac hose from like maybe Rigid or something at a home center. I think it's like $70. I just can't justify $70 for a piece of hose. So this right here hose that I got is for sump pump discharge hose. 25 feet of this, maybe it's 50, I think it's 25 feet, was $9. It works the same as the other vacuum hose, just plastic hose, right? And for what I'm doing, I could melt that stuff and buy another set, right? So another thing I want to mention is vacuum hose is really like what the market will bear kind of thing, right? If you go buy a vacuum hose for a vacuum cleaner, that's going to be substantially more expensive than if you go buy 30 to 50 foot or 35 to 50 foot of hose for a pool vacuum. You can buy, I think I bought 35 or 50 feet for $17 at Walmart of pool vacuum hose. And it looks, I think it's a lot better than the vacuum hose that came with my shop vac. And it looks almost exactly like the real expensive stuff that you see in the home center for other vacuums. So I wanted to give you that tip. Okay, another tip is to add remote control to those vacuums. In my case, I have one here, and I have one on this wall back here. I also have a tall shop vac. And what I wanted to do was be able to turn any of those tools on, any of those vacuum sources on at any given time by where that tool is that I'm working. So if I'm standing at the bandsaw or at the chop saw, or if I'm at the CNC, I can just turn on the vacuum that I want to use. So 3 would be the vacuum behind me. Sorry for the noise. So 3 would be that vacuum, 1 would be the vacuum on the wall over here, and 2 would be the shop vac, and so on. So you can get this remote. It comes with 3 of these, and they're numbered, and that will allow you to control each vacuum. And this is really inexpensive. I think for 3 of these it's like $19. So I don't know what that amounts to, you know, $7 a piece or something like that. So anyway, you could also buy individual ones. I have this one that I bought a long time ago, and you can buy one for each tool if you want to, and they're like $9 on Amazon, or maybe they're $14, I don't remember. I'll put links in the description below to all the least expensive sources with quality that I could find. This one happened to come from Harbor Freight, but it's not made by Harbor Freight. So that's all I have for today about dust collection. I hope I didn't bore you with my rambling, and thanks for staying to the end if you did. Be sure to hit the like button if you like the idea. Also, share any other ideas that you have for ways I can improve this system, or cheap sources for people to get vacuums like this. Like I get them garage sale, Craigslist, that kind of thing. Any ideas you have that we can share with the community and give them a good solution. Also, Share this video on Facebook or Twitter or whatever your social media favorite